Okay, so today we are going to do Black Sabbath War Pigs, and I know this song is quite meaningful, and even in the 70s, this was quite the song. So I said I was going to do this before, so here I am now. I really want to analyze this song and see what it's all about, so let's get into it. So iconic.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
The Lord is going off.
When darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power, and as God has struck the hour, day of judgment God is calling. On the knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
And that ending. All right, so yeah, Black Sabbath and War Pigs, an 8-minute song, and yeah, it's just so good. I mean, what comes to my mind is listening to it in headphones. I guess I haven't really ever listened to the song with headphones, and I just get a better appreciation of the song. I realize how good each member of the band is, and or was, whatever. And like I said during the song, I said about Bill Ward, his drumming. Like I never really noticed. I get like a bloody nose or something, but I never really noticed like just his rhythm and just I don't know his tasteful playing style there. It's just doing little fills and everything is just so good. And I mean Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler and obviously Ozzy Osbourne. I mean they're all just so good at their craft. And Ozzy Osbourne's vocals as well. I mean, I don't know if he gets enough credit for being such a good singer. I know he's like heavy metal and all that kind of stuff, but he was really hitting those high notes, and I mean his voice was staying up, and it sounded great. It didn't sound bad. It wasn't like he was straining his voice. I mean this is like 50 years ago, but yeah, it's just you get a better appreciation of everybody, and it's such a good track. And like I said, it has a lot of meaning. So anyway, I'm going to go on genius.com here and talk about the bio of the track. So it says, as the opening track of the influential Black Sabbath album Paranoid, so yeah, it opened the album, that's quite the opener. War Pigs was originally titled Walpurgis Night takes place on the 30th of April to mark the eve of the feast day of Saint Walpurga. an 8th century English missionary to the Frankish Empire. It is also believed to be the night of a witch's meeting or Sabbath. The instrumental outro is entitled Luke's Wall. So a lot of themes going on here with, I would say, religion and all that kind of a thing. So the song talks about war, and like the hippies, Black Sabbath was totally against it, specifically the Vietnam War occurring at the time. And although Geezer Butler has stated that War Pigs is totally against the Vietnam War, about how these rich politicians and rich people all start wars for their benefit and get all the poor people to die for them. And in an interview in 2017, he said Britain was on the verge of being brought into it. There was protests in the street, all kinds of anti-Vietnam things going on. War is the real Satanism. Politicians are the real Satanists. That's what I was trying to say. Ozzy Osbourne has said that the group knew nothing about Vietnam. It's just an anti-war song. And if you can hear that, my dog is in his bed. So anyway, yeah, so I'm not surprised. It's kind of funny. Even Ozzy Osbourne quote, Hershey, what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, so we're going to get into some annotations now. With the instrumental intro, there's an annotation there. It says, in the instrumental intro, one can hear the sound of a civil defense siren. And yes, I did notice that. Those sirens are being used to warn the civilians from the coming bombing, as War Pigs obviously talks about war. And a very well-placed sound there as well. Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses, evil minds that plot destruction. I mean, I think it's all pretty much well explained there. Their plot and destruction, plot and war, sorcerers of death, destruction, in the fields, the bodies burning as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. So it says a reference to the various bomb and napalm deaths both civilians and soldiers would suffer at the hands of airstrikes. It's also saying that people die in the war and their bodies are left to rot in the fields. The war keeps going on. So yeah, it's a grim sight, obviously. War, hello. Bridge here, it says politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war, which I mean, this whole bridge is so good. It says they only started the war. Why should they go to fight? They leave that all to the poor. Time will tell on their power minds. Making war just for fun. So yeah, it's just, these lines are so meaningful. They hit hard. So it says, Ozzy argues, I can't talk, Ozzy argues that although a country's leader and politicians may trigger wars amongst the other nations, and the burden actually falls upon their citizens to fight them. As they're behind the scenes decisions, my goodness, it's like 3 a.m. Why am I doing this? But anyway, as behind the scenes decisions are responsible for conflict, Ozzy questions why it's not the same people that go out to fight it, but rather the poorer people who are forced into fighting it. In context, War Pigs was released in 1970 during the Vietnam War, officially fought between North and South Vietnam. And I mean, there's a lot of music going on at this time, especially in the late 60s. I mean, I know The Doors are one of my favorite bands. They had a couple anti-war songs. I mean, they had The Unknown Soldier. When the music's over, I would say, I mean, a lot of their songs has a little bit of flavor, especially at that time. I mean, the Beatles as well. Everyone was talking about the war. The Animals. I mean, you name a band, and I mean, they're doing something about the war. Especially like CSNY, Buffalo Springfield. So many bands come to mind. There were a lot of bands were saying what they had to say about this kind of stuff and war. So anyway, verse 2, now in darkness, world stops turning, ashes where their bodies burning. No more war pigs have the power, hand of God has struck the hour. Day of judgment, God is calling, on their knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for their sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. And then this is so, I mean, you get a lot of imagery with these lines. And this is kind of like how the first part of the song was talking about, you know, how the war pigs have the power and all that stuff. And then we go on to this one, this verse, where it's like they don't have the power anymore, as he says, God has come, and then Satan has come, and he laughs and spreads his wings. I mean, a lot of imagery again. So it says, on Judgment Day, as said in the Gospels and the Holy Bible, especially Matthew, Jesus is said to return again to judge the living and the dead, and what the world is to end. Ozzy is saying that the war pig supporters of war will beg and disregard their wrongdoings. So yeah, they're gonna try to get out of their situation, and I don't know how that's gonna go. So then we have the second verse again, and then, oh Lord, yeah. So yeah, I mean, and then there's a guitar solo, and then we have the instrumental outro, and yeah, I mean, this song, basically that's about it. But this song, it's just such a great tune, and like I said, so meaningful. Many songs are coming out at this time that were anti-war songs, and you know, the hippie movement, as I said, was, you know, going strong. I mean, you had Woodstock and all that kind of a thing, so it was quite the time. I mean, I couldn't imagine living in it. I know my dad lived in it. I don't know what he thought of it all, but it'd be quite the time to be alive. And I'm sure people that might watch this were alive at the time. But anyway, I mean, it's all it's a lot of great music came out of it. So anyway, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Sorry for slurring some of my words, but like I said, it's very late. We're early, and I figured why not do this. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all the support. Really appreciate it all. And yeah, if you want to request something, you can down below. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. So yeah, thank you very much.